Well, good morning. It's like 9:45, Saturday, January 25th, I think. Or everyone who casually posts on social media, if you keep up long enough, you can just see yourself become an influencer. Ugh. I hate that word. I'm sure you guys know that. Just kind of corny. Like, shut up, Mainly just because of the kind of person that's associated with, like, being called an influencer. It's like, but, man, nothing's ever that serious when I call myself not an influencer or whatever. It was more of a bit than anything, So yeah, I don't know. Some of y'all take yourselves too seriously. Like, nothing's ever that deep. Yeah, a lot of y'all take yourselves way too seriously on social media. It's literally a joke. Like, dude, I'm flexing my muscles in front of a mirror and recording it. So, like, is that big of a deal? I don't know. Maybe to some of you. But yeah, to be honest, I'm not trying to record myself talking into a little fuzzy mic in the gym. Look, the girl boss sign in the background, huh? You like that? Anyway, yeah, I'm not trying to talk into a mic in the gym. Like, a lot of these influencers are just doing way too much with that. Like, it's just insufferable to watch. I think summer of 2023 was peak gym vlog era, if I'm not mistaken. And you just see people mic'd up at Alpha Land and just like yapping on their lifts, like just trying way too hard to be like upbeat, fun, like dance and like sing between their sets. That's another thing. If you dance and sing between your sets, I'm not gonna judge you, but I'm not gonna not judge you, In particular, there was this one gym content creator who made mic'd up vlogs, and I can't get too specific on what he did because you'll know immediately who it was, but it was just so hard to watch. Influencers my age will just go to the gym and be like, like, can we talk about the political and economic state of the world right now? Man, maybe TikTok should have been banned because I feel like I'm regressing. I feel like I'm definitely regressing. All right, so before the gym, I like to drink a ton of water. Like, if I drink out of my Helix, I'd probably be shooting for like anywhere from like 40 to 60 ounces of water. And then, I always drink my pre with like it fully filled. And obviously that's great. You want to be hydrated, especially if you want your pre-workout to work effectively. Some of y'all be having, urine that looks like orange juice before the gym. And it's like, you wonder why you have a headache and you feel crappy, no pump. Like, dude, just drink water. What are you doing? Yeah, I'm currently in, my college apartment. I am in school, for those of you who don't know. Sophomore year, start thinking about more physical therapy or maybe a master's in clinical exercise physiology, like post-grad. I think that'd be pretty cool, but we'll see. I mean, ideally, if I can monetize social media stuff more, in terms of like actual income potential, that has the most. Even though I don't think I would ever want to do this full time, because like, I don't really get that much fulfillment out of just flexing my muscles in front of a camera. Like, shocking, right? Like, vanity doesn't give you long-term fulfillment. Who would have thought? So I don't really know how some people do it full time. I mean, props to you if you do, and you find a way to do it that, keeps it enjoyable, and you can just make content, do whatever. Like, I think that's great. But I don't know. I think there has to be some higher thing that I'm kind of pursuing, if that makes sense. Like, if I could, I would just do, uh, like research, like strength conditioning research or like stuff related to physiology for the rest of my life. But it's just that it pays dirt. Um, so, I don't know. Money comes and goes though. I think this world is way too material. And I don't know why people like to flex their material things on social media so much. It's like, it's so tone deaf and weird. It's almost like a lack of social awareness, you know? Like, have you ever interacted with someone in real life before? Like, did you have friends? I don't know. And I understand people like showing off, maybe a nice car after a really long time, because it's like they worked their ass off for it. Maybe they've been doing social media for years, finally paid off, and they want to say thank you for the support, whatever. I think that's great. It's just more so on the course guru side of things, where they literally use that as a marketing tactic to like flex all their material goods, so then they can take your money and they get more material goods and flex that, and it's just like a positive feedback loop of the most superficial garbage I have ever seen in my life. But hey man, if your entire purpose in life is to chase a dollar, I wish I could live that simplistically. Like, damn. But I digress. Yeah, so before the gym, I like to have, I usually just pop a little mini potion. These are really easy to digest, and I don't like to eat much before the gym, so I'll have that and a little like protein yogurt at the very most. You don't need to eat a lot of protein before you lift. Like, I used to think you did, because, oh, your protein breakdown is gonna start mid-lift, and you're gonna go catabolic, and but that's not how it works, and you're fine if you just keep it light and prioritize eating carbs. Like, carbs are important. Hopefully the audio quality sounds a little bit better with this. Again, I don't think I'll be using it in the gym, because I'm in the gym to lift, not film myself. I mean, also, who wants to see that shit? Definitely not me, and definitely not anyone else. So, I know I've been edging you guys for like months and months and months about releasing a program. Um, I'm probably gonna try and get it done like for real now that I'm starting the YouTube. A lot of my hesitancy is just due to the fact that I don't have like actual coaching experience or credentials yet. So I think like a program sort of ordeal would be better, with maybe like, you know, access to me, so I can give my 2 cents and like give you like customized split and workouts and stuff according to like what you want to do. But then again, if you do something like an upper lower split, uh, it's pretty hard to mess up. I think it's the easiest thing to program. You're kind of just hitting uh, everything with like 2 sets in the day, and occasionally change up the joint angle slightly on a couple things, and that's all you're really doing. All right, so gym fit today. Boom, we got this Breathe Divinity zip up, little hoodie, compression, and these track pants. Because all this stuff is gonna be dropping on January 31st. If you wanna use my code and support me, I appreciate it. Always, you don't have to, but you actually do have to, or I'm gonna be pissed. It was like March or April of 2023 when I bought my first Breathe Divinity hoodie, and they sent me like the whole drop in the end, and I used code MG for Michael Garza. I don't know if you guys know him, but shout out to him, because he literally put me on to Breathe Divinity. And yeah, I got the drop and absolutely loved it. And low-key, I'd be wearing it in my TikToks and stuff, and kind of gave them like hella free promo, because you guys would be asking like, where's that from, in the comments, and I would just gatekeep, because I was still with Young LA, so I was just like, hey. And yeah, I just loved it so much that eventually I just reached out to Michael, and I was like, dude, I want to join. This is sick. And then eventually, yeah, I joined in August 2023 and haven't looked back since. It's been absolutely great working with them. The quality of everything is just like, oh, so good. The designs are fire. It's just like, maybe it's a bit loud, not for everyone, which I understand. But yeah, it's been great. All right, just made it to my car, and yeah, I'll see y'all when I'm at the gym, I guess. Alright, so we just got to the gym. I feel really out of it, not gonna lie. Gonna start with some back today. That's about it. I mean, I'm not really comfortable like filming myself yet, so this might be really awkward. But a lot of the problem with social media is just the whole like validation complex that it can feed into for people, which personally like I try to stay away from. But you get stuck in that cycle of like, oh, I'm gonna post this, it's gonna get traction, views, now I have to keep it up and keep posting, doing whatever, just so I can keep getting views and validation and attention more and more and more and more, to the point where like you're not even lifting because you want to anymore. And I think that's really sad, and that's kind of like the influencer curse nowadays. But I don't know, man. I feel like fitness content just fell off so hard, especially over the last year. Like, I can't tell you one person that I've really watched or paid much attention to, other than like, a couple of the big names, obviously, that everyone knows. But it's just like, yeah, there's just nothing really happening anymore. And I think that's a lot of what happened with like some of those old people that used to post stuff before they became like crypto or like course gurus and stuff, is they either just got their coaching bag and got out so that they could then teach coaches how to coach, and then the coach could coach the coaches so that they could make some little pyramid scheme money off of literally doing nothing. Or again, they just did fitness for outside, or I guess extrinsic motivation or outside factors. Didn't have like, they didn't do it for like intrinsic value of like wanting to just get big as fuck. No, just kidding. But like, I don't know, yeah, just grow as a person, both like physically and mentally, because that's kind of how I see it. But yeah, I just like, I can proudly say I never did this for social media. The only reason I even started was because my friends low-key pressured me into it, and I was like, why not? And I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a point where I really did care about like getting validated on the internet. Maybe when I first started, and there were all these trends that I would try to follow, do whatever the next guy is doing to get views or whatever, and like, oh. And I noticed that was when I actually, like, my account just wouldn't grow, because I just didn't have a personality, and I wasn't being myself. Like, I really wasn't. And then I just kind of stopped caring, and my Instagram started to grow. I would just post funny stuff on my Instagram stories, and just like, I literally treat it like a, like a spam account almost, but it's like public, if that makes sense. And I've definitely filtered myself a little bit more over the last year and a half or so, because I should care about digital footprint, and I do want to go into professional life ideally. So I mean, yeah, you guys need to watch out for your digital footprints, because it's obviously real. And yeah, I never posted anything that was like really, really bad or like offensive to people. It just kind of like walked the line a little bit. So I definitely cut that back a little bit. I don't know if you guys used to see my super unhinged Instagram stories. Like, I remember I was out late with my friends one night, and I came back home. It was like Saturday night. I didn't really drink much. I've never been a big drinker. I maybe had like less than a shot. Like, literally, I never really drink. But yeah, I go to my page, and I just saw some comment from some account calling me short. So I click on the account, and it's a grown-ass man. They have a baby. And I literally, what did I say? I think I saw the picture of their baby, and then, oh yeah, so I posted the comments on my Instagram story, and I was like, yeah, no wonder you have an ugly-ass baby. I'd be mad if I looked like that too, or something like that. Which, like, imagine you say something like that, and your future employer goes, is this you? Do you really want that? Personally, I don't. But you do you. I mean, if you are fully self-employed, you can kind of do whatever, as long as you don't do it to the point where people dislike you for being like overly offensive and abrasive. But yeah, that's kind of the pre-gym yap for today. Digital footprint is real, and anything you put out there will be out there forever. So think before you post. I feel like that's that should be common sense, but people have just I don't know, forgot about it nowadays. Like, cyber safety used to be so much more of a thing when the internet was a little bit more new, maybe like 5, 6 years ago, you'd go through middle school, beginning of high school, they'd be like, be careful what you post, da, da, da. And I feel like kids nowadays just have no regard for that whatsoever. It's just like, see something on TikTok, regurgitate it, and that's just where people get their personalities nowadays. So, yeah, I'm already yapping, and I'm not even all the way through my pre, but I'm gonna finish this up, and guess I'll see y'all in the gym.
Voices in my head again, trapped in a war inside my own skin. They're pulling me under. But still feel the pain. If I shelter my soul, would you cover your eyes? If I told you the truth, would you dare me to lie? I keep it all inside because I know the man is everything but kind. Voices in my head again, beating me in a war I can't win. I can't hear them now, slept and it came inside my own skin. And I don't know myself anymore. They're pulling me under. As I walk through this valley of shadows and death, I curse not the wicked, I praise not the blessed. If I told you the truth, you beg me to change. If you want a currency, you own a bank. Voices in my head again, beating me in a war I can't win. I can hear them now, slept and it came inside my own skin. And I don't know myself anymore. They're pulling me under.
Yeah, so that was one of the lifts ever. Just wasn't that focused because of trying to film, and I low-key felt like people were judging me. It was really awkward, not gonna lie. But that's okay, because, you know, you guys really wanted me to, and I give into peer pressure, and I have no spine, and I do things for validation on social media, and that's the only reason why I lift. Yeah, I hope this helps. Just kidding. But I don't know. To be honest, my lift was actually so pretty good because you can actually listen to music now and record at the same time with the new iOS update, which is pretty cool. Not gonna do cardio. I feel really depleted, to be honest. Pump was awful. I pretty much had none, but pretty carb depleted. Yeah, like it just feels like, like, you know, setting up your tripod to record in like a full gym, and just knowing that people are being like, no one like said anything to me. Just wasn't happy with how I looked, really. In terms of non-gym content, I don't think I'm gonna have any in this video yet. Probably just gonna make a little training video and have my pre and post gym talks and just keep it real basic for now. But, you know, when it warms up and I get to some late night shenanigans, then I will be hopefully filming those and, you know, do more than lift. But, you know, there's just, honestly, there isn't more to life than lifting. Like, anyone who's told you otherwise is wrong. It's kind of like, why are you even alive if you don't lift, to be honest? Post-gym talk. Optimal lifting versus, you know, being a meathead. Who's right, who's wrong? You know, the Olympian who's saying to stretch and squeeze and tension and blah, 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 time under tension with 30-pound dumbbells, or the analysis paralysis science-based lifter who thinks you need to hit every single joint angle on every single muscle, or else, you know, each little fiber of a specific muscle, like within it, is going to atrophy into dust because hypertrophy is a fiber-specific process. You're both wrong, you know? I feel like a lot of the time, science-based lifters act like motivation is bro science, when literally the reason you achieve task failure on a set is because you reach your maximum tolerable perception of effort. Point blank, period. You don't run out of energy. Okay, those fatigue mechanisms exist so that you don't. And I used to, like, I kind of knew that from taking exercise physiology in college, which it was more so with like cardio based stuff that I thought that with. But then with anaerobic stuff like lifting, you know, I actually always thought that you would like literally run out of ATP. But that's wrong. You don't. And shout out to Paul Carter and Chris Beardsley for you know, their podcasts. They're just wonderful, like so good. Highly recommend them. They've really changed the game in terms of like learning you know, stuff about hypertrophy. But the thing is, some of y'all just take them out of context, and that's where the insufferable analysis paralysis science-based lifters come in, where you don't know the practical application of anything, and you don't even understand why, you know, certain things work and certain things don't, which is just like, brother. And then on the other hand, you know, the meatheads who are just like, oh dude, just lift, bro. Meanwhile, they take like 3 grams of gear and kind of have a physique for how much stuff they take. Not gonna lie, but didn't hear from me. Anyway, I understand both sides though, to be fair. I just think, you know, there's always a sweet spot. I definitely would more so identify myself as a science-based lifter though. You know, more of like a science-based meathead, if that makes sense. You know, my training philosophy has always been what's the most I can do and still maximally recover, because I just love training so much. And some of you guys set up, you know, your optimal splits in such a way that it's like, what's the least I can do and still grow? You know, you'll do like a upper, lower, or full body day with like 4 total sets for everything. And I'm like, you are leaving gains on the table. Okay, realistically, like, yeah, no. That mentality just won't get you very far, in my factual opinion. So, yeah, because I mean, I used to do a ton of volume, and then I was like, huh, I'm literally not growing. And then I switched to lower volumes, and I was like, making a little bit of progress now. So, yeah, that's kind of the yap for today, I guess. I don't know, yeah, because like some of you so-called science-based people are literally the worst victims of the Dunning-Kruger effect, where you're so sure of yourself because you think you know the science, when in reality, all you have is, you know, one little piece of the puzzle that you just regurgitate that you heard from someone else. And it's, in fact, some of you are so sure of yourselves, you literally will say things like, muscle X has this function, and it's literally the opposite function of the muscle. Like this.
Stupid thing he does. I didn't ask to get married. I didn't ask.
I know this might be up by the end of today. Yeah, I guess that wraps it up. Thank you guys for watching the first video. Big leap, I know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace.